This YouTube channel is making over $13,000 a month, pulling millions of views despite being only 2 months old. And every video is just these silly little stick figures. So, I rebuilt the entire thing in under 20 minutes using Claude and Higgsfield, and in this video, I'm going to show you the entire process. But before I do, let me back up, because you've probably found videos like this the same way that I did. It's 2 a.m. You can't sleep, so you're doing what everyone does, lying in the dark, scrolling YouTube. Not really sure what you're looking for.
75 years later.
Then, one thumbnail stops you. A drawing, and not a good one. It looks like a 5th grader made it in about 30 seconds. But under the video, 7 million views. So you click it. No animation, no fancy 3D images, no cinematic shots, just cute little stick figures, one after another, stitched together over a voice telling a story. That's the entire video, yet it has more views than most of your favorite YouTube channels. So you go to the channel, 14 videos, 150,000 subscribers, and 15 million total views. Then you check the upload dates. The first video went live 2 months ago. And on the right side in the recommended videos, there are 5 more channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers doing the same. So you think to yourself, if they can do this in 2 months, why can't I? The next day you open your laptop, you try to build it, but you hit a wall at step 1. You don't know how to start making these simple little drawings. And every tool that looks like it might be able to help wants a credit card before you've even made $1. So you close the laptop. But somewhere out there, another channel just crossed another 1 million views while you're still sitting at 0. I know that exact feeling because I sat in the exact same spot that you did until I found a workflow that makes these kinds of videos start to finish for basically nothing in about 20 minutes. And before anyone calls it fake, you've been watching it for the last 30 seconds and I'm about to show you a real one. This channel with 150,000 subscribers started 2 months ago, already has 15 million views and is making $13,000 a month. This channel started just 1 year ago, already has 500,000 subscribers. And this channel also started 1 year ago, already has 240,000 subscribers. My point is, this niche is not dying out. If anything, it's accelerating. So I asked myself a question. Would it be possible to create this as fast as humanly possible using AI? And I'm about to show you how easy this is to do. Before I even open an AI tool, I have to give you the one thing that actually matters, because almost everyone does this backwards and then wonders why it doesn't work. Most people start by writing the script, generating all the images, then recording the voice and trying to jam it all together at the end. It might sound okay, but that's the wrong process. If you build the visuals first, then try to slap the audio on after, you're forcing 2 things together that were never made to fit. In YouTube, that's not rhythm, that's a collision. The right order is the opposite. Voice first, images second. Always. Because just like in this video, the voice has natural pauses in it. And every one of those pauses is where one drawing ends and the next begins. That's the real reason these silly little channels print views. Step 1. First, 2 free setups. Open your browser and search Claude Code. Go to the official page and download it for your computer. It can be Windows or Mac, whatever you're on. Just install it like any other app, and then you're gonna need a Claude account. Sign up, it's free, it literally takes 30 seconds, so I'm not gonna babysit you through that. Great, so that's gonna be our foundation. Step 2. Now we need to install Higgsfield into our Claude Code, and before you think that this is super complicated, watch how easy it is. And on the top left, make sure you're on code, not cowork or chat. We want code because that's what's gonna let us automate this entire process. But now we're gonna plug in the engine behind this that draws the images for us, and that's using Higgsfield. To do this, just go to Higgsfield, create an account, then click MCP and CLI. Then on that screen, you're gonna wanna click CLI. You'll see these 3 commands. We're gonna run all 3 in your terminal one at a time. Command 1 installs the CLI, so just copy and paste it and then put it into your terminal and hit enter. Command 2 authorizes Higgsfield to talk to your computer, so copy this, paste it over and enter it. It's gonna ask you to confirm access, and that's normal, just hit accept. And then Command 3 installs the Higgsfield skill itself. This is the one piece that lets Claude generate your images. So again, just copy, paste, and enter. Now Claude Code and Higgsfield are connected. Step 3. Now for the actual video. First, you're gonna need a script. You could choose space, deep sea, history, primitive humans, whatever the dark and curious format story is. You can write your script using AI or you can hire it out, but I'm gonna drop my scripting prompt in the description below so at least you have a starting point. Once you have your script, we need to move on to the voiceover. Yes, you have two options, but I wanna be honest with you here. Your first option is to use an AI voice. 11 Labs is great and it has a free tier and it's also really fast. But recently I've noticed that a lot of these channels using 11 Labs voices are getting demonetized and I don't want that to happen to you. So if you do go this route, I wouldn't use one of 11 Labs stock voices. I would actually generate a custom voice using voice design inside of 11 Labs. That way your channel doesn't sound like any other channels and randomly get hit with some AI flag. Your second option and the safer overall play is to actually record it yourself on a microphone. This is what I did on my YouTube channel that you're watching now. For the first 2 years, this channel was completely faceless and I just recorded into a microphone and then used an AI avatar to tell the stories. The reality is, when you use a real voice, there are no flags from YouTube and you're not at risk of getting demonetized. Once you've got the voiceover, we're gonna need the timestamps. And this is gonna be the step that makes this entire process automatic. To do this, I would come to a tool called TurboScribe. The reason I'm recommending this tool is that it gives you 3 free transcriptions a day, which is plenty. You're only gonna need one's worth anyways. But the reason these timestamps are important is because every few seconds, you're gonna wanna change scenes on screen. So when we paste in our YouTube script, you're gonna see 0 seconds, 7 seconds, 15 seconds, 23 seconds. These timestamps are how we tell Claude and Higgsfield to interact together to generate new images. Remember, voice first, rhythm second. That's where it gets locked. Step 4. Now back to the magic. We're gonna go back to Claude Code and we're gonna give it one master prompt. And again, guys, I'm gonna put this prompt in the description so you can use it as well. This prompt does 2 things for us. First, and most importantly, it's gonna generate 1 image for every timestamp in the script. That means if the script has timestamps at 3 seconds, 7 seconds, 10 seconds, every one of those scenes is gonna be a different image of your stick figure. And Claude and Higgsfield are gonna automatically do this for you at lightning speed. Second is the style. The prompt I gave you is gonna tell Higgsfield to make it look like an extremely simple beginner drawing. Basically like a 5th grader made it. Simple backgrounds, no 3D, nothing cinematic, because again, that simple look is the niche. For some reason, people like me love watching this kind of stuff and YouTube loves to run ads on it so you as the creator can make money. So paste the master prompt, then copy your timestamp script and paste it right below. Now Claude Code is firing up the Higgsfield skill and it's gonna start working. It's probably going to ask you to use the terminal a few times. Just click always allow so it stops asking. And then it's going to start generating images in batches. I pasted my full script here, so it generated 22 images, which is a fresh drawing for every few seconds of the video, covering the entire thing from start to finish. In total, this took about 10 minutes while I literally did nothing, and you can do this for hundreds of images for however long of a video you want. Step 5. Now we need to look at the images. You probably want to see how these came in, so let's go over to our Higgsfield account, click image in the top left, and here all of them are. And scrolling through these, we can see that this is all the exact same style as that channel that we're copying. Look, we'll go back to their video, this is their images, and then we'll come back to our images, and you can see that this is almost an identical style. Again, that's because the secret of these channels was never about the niche, it was always about the images and how they change them every few seconds. Just a few months ago, if you were to try to do this on your own, it would have taken you days to make that many images. But we just automated the entire process. Step 6. So this is going to be the move that makes the editing process extremely fast. Right now, the images are all sitting inside of Higgsfield servers, not your computer yet. So in Claude Code, type link me the folder with the images. If it gives you any trouble, just follow up by saying download these images locally and rename them to each one to match its timestamp. So if an image was made for 2 seconds in, it'll say 2 seconds. If it was made for 20 seconds, it'll be named 20 seconds. Then just click allow and Claude Code is going to download every one of these images into a folder and rename them to the exact timestamp of your video. Now for you, instead of having to go and download these hundreds of times and guessing on which one goes where inside your video, you've got a folder that tells you exactly where they go. Step 7. Open the video editor of your choice. You can use CapCut, Final Cut, For this one, we're going to just use Adobe Premiere because that's what I edit in. And first, you're going to want to drop over that voiceover that you have onto the timeline. That's going to be the spine of your video. Then you're going to import the entire image folder. Then you barely have to think because all these file names do the work for you. The first one is named 0, so obviously that's going to be our first image. The next one is named 6 seconds, so just drag that over and end it at 6 seconds. And keep doing this throughout the entire video and make sure that whatever the voiceover is talking about is synced with what's happening on screen. In total, for a 10-minute video, this process literally takes about 5 minutes, and then you can just preview from the beginning and you can start to feel the rhythm while you watch this. Now, one way you can edit this even further is to add captions and background music. So I personally like adding captions centralized in the lower third of the video. It's just really easy to watch on the eyes. And then another hack you can do to make your retention even higher in these videos is to add background music according to the chapter of the video. So let's say that your video is super dramatic at the beginning of the video. You want to add a dramatic song and then change the pace of that song when the storyline changes in your video. In fact, I'll even drop a folder for you that you can pull from. I know a lot of you ask about the background music that I use in my videos. So I'm just going to drop a folder of royalty-free background music you can use, and you can take what works for your video. And in terms of video creation, that's the entire process. Now we can click export, but we are not done yet. Step 8, packaging. This is one of those things that people often overlook, and it's literally the reason that their videos and YouTube channels never take off. The best videos on YouTube have an amazing title and thumbnail. And if you skip this step, your video will not be pushed to the right audience. So a lot of people will tell you to go use ChatGPT or Claude to make a viral title and a viral thumbnail. That is not what I'm going to tell you, because the truth is it doesn't work. I don't use it for my channel, and you shouldn't either. What you want to do is go and research other viral outlier videos in your niche and look at the titles and thumbnails that they're using and take a spin-off of those for your video according to what you're talking about. Then you can ask Claude or ChatGPT to iterate off that for your video. For the thumbnail, honestly, a lot of these stick figure thumbnails do really well for some reason, so you might as well just use one of those images that you created inside of Higgsfield, and you're basically just going to want to add some text that complements your title well. If you do want to make a custom thumbnail, you can just come back to Higgsfield and just click on image, then make sure you have the dimensions for the thumbnail, which are 1280 by 720. That's optimal, and just prompt it to make a YouTube thumbnail using one of the images from your video, and then just ask it to add whatever text you want on the thumbnail. If you are going to add text, please keep it short, like 3 or 4 words max. I usually do 2 words in most of my thumbnails. You can check my channel below. And then one thing I do use Claude for is adding tags for my videos. I'll just ask it to give me a list of tags that work under 500 characters, and I'll just copy and paste those over when I'm uploading. And finally, you are ready to upload this to YouTube. Just paste in everything, pick your strongest thumbnail from Higgsfield, and click publish. I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough on that channel in a future video, so make sure you're subscribed. But literally, if you use the workflow and the prompts I gave you below, this entire process can be automated, and you can get crazy results like this in a matter of a few months. My biggest advice for you if you are starting a brand new channel is don't overthink the first video. It's not always going to be perfect, and just continue improving those every single time. When I first started my YouTube channel, someone told me that YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. If you try to sprint the marathon, you're going to burn out and people are going to pass you later on. Luckily for you, it will be very hard to burn out when you have this much of the system automated, but please don't overthink the videos too much. That's where so many people get stuck, and I don't want that to happen to you. YouTube has changed my life in so many ways, and I want that for you too. Like right now, I'm in Marbella, Spain. I'm getting to do a little bit of work, and then tomorrow I get to go to the beach, play some golf, whatever. And I'm not here gatekeeping. I'm showing you how these channels are actually doing it. I'm showing you how I'm actually doing it on my own channel, and I want to see you do the same thing, and I know you can. So don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Go do this, try it, and improve every single video and every single channel you start. And if you do that, it is very likely that you will start seeing results like this. So that's my advice for you. Can't wait to see what you come up with. And with that, I will see you on the other side.